was a rainy Tuesday morning, the kind where the clouds hang low and even the air feels tired. I woke up to the faint sound of raindrops tapping against the window pane, the smell of coffee drifting from the kitchen. But the silence was louder than the rain. Something was off. I didn't know it yet, but that was the day everything changed. Before we start, please subscribe to the Tears and Truths channel, like this video, and comment your thoughts. When I walked into the kitchen, her cup was still there, half full, coffee gone cold. The little ceramic mug she always used, the one with the chipped handle and faded print that said, "Good vibes only." The irony hit me like a punch to the chest. Her phone charger was gone. Her favorite red scarf, too. The silence suddenly turned into a scream I couldn't escape. Maya and I had been together for almost 7 years. We weren't perfect, no one is, but we had built something that felt real. Late-night walks, arguments about what movie to watch, laughing over burnt toast. She used to say, "Love isn't about the big moments, it's about who still looks at you the same way after a fight." I thought we had that kind of love. I thought she'd always stay. I checked my phone and no messages. Her last text from the night before just said, "Good night, see you in the morning." I didn't know it was a goodbye. Hours passed like a slow bleed. I called her, once, twice, 10 times. No answer. Then I remembered her journal. She always kept it hidden in the drawer beside the bed. I wasn't proud of what I did next, but I was desperate for a reason. A sign, anything. Inside the journal, the first few pages were filled with poems, dreams, to-do lists. Buy new paintbrushes. Call mom. Plant more sunflowers. Then, halfway through, I found an entry dated 2 weeks ago. "I love him, but I feel like I'm fading here. I wake up and I don't recognize myself anymore. I smile because I don't want to make him worry, but I'm so tired of pretending I'm okay." The words blurred as my eyes filled with tears. She hadn't left because she stopped loving me. She left because she couldn't find herself anymore. And maybe without realizing it, I had stopped seeing her pain. That night I walked into our old living room. Her paintings still hung on the walls. Splashes of color and light that made everything feel alive. I used to tease her for painting so many sunsets. "Don't you get tired of the same scene?" I'd laugh. She'd smile and say, "It's never the same twice. Every sunset is a goodbye that looks beautiful." I finally understood what she meant. Days turned into weeks. I still set 2 plates on the table. I still kept her toothbrush by the sink. I thought maybe if I waited long enough she'd come back. But she didn't. Not a message. Not a call. Just the echo of what used to be. Then one afternoon I went to the park where she used to paint. The same park where she first told me she loved me, under the old oak tree. The sky was bruised with the colors of another sunset, and for the first time since she left I felt something shift inside me. I saw a little girl sitting by the lake, crying quietly. Her ice cream had fallen onto the grass. People passed her by, but no one stopped. Something in me, maybe the part of me that still heard Maya's voice, made me walk over. I bought another cone and handed it to her. Her eyes lit up. "Thank you," she said softly. And in that moment I remembered Maya's words. The world doesn't need more perfect people. It needs people who still choose kindness when life breaks them. That small act did something to me. I went home, sat on the floor, and wrote her a letter. "I don't know where you are, Maya. Maybe you're finally painting the sunsets you always dreamed of. Maybe you're learning how to smile without pretending. I just want you to know that I'm trying too. I'm learning to forgive myself for not seeing your silence, for mistaking your quiet for peace. You were never the kind of person who would leave without love. You just couldn't stay without losing yourself, and I understand that now. I never sent the letter, but writing it felt like breathing after being underwater too long. Months passed, and slowly I began to rebuild my days. I joined a volunteer group that helped kids with art therapy. I painted for the first time, badly, but honestly. The colors didn't look right, but I didn't care. I just kept going. One evening, after a long day at the community center, I was locking up when a familiar voice said, "Still terrible at painting?" I turned around. It was Maya. Her hair was shorter, her face a little thinner, but her eyes, they were the same eyes that once saw beauty in everything broken. "I thought you left for good," I said quietly. "I did," she replied. "But sometimes leaving isn't about running away. It's about finding your way back into yourself, and maybe to what you lost." We talked for hours. Not like lovers, but like old friends who had walked through different storms and found each other again on the other side. She told me about her time in the mountains painting for an art retreat. I learned how to be alone without being lonely, she said. When she left that night, she didn't promise to stay. She just smiled and said, "Take care of yourself." And this time the goodbye didn't hurt. It felt complete. I still visit that park sometimes where the sunsets look like something she might have painted. I think about how love isn't always about holding on. Sometimes it's about letting someone go so they can find the parts of themselves they lost, and in the process finding your own too. People always ask me if I ever saw her again. The truth is no, but every time I see someone choosing kindness or smiling through their own storm, I think, maybe a little part of her still lingers in this world, quietly painting her sunset somewhere. And maybe, just maybe, that's enough because love doesn't always end with goodbye. Sometimes it begins with it.